Joe, what's wrong?
Mary, who's watching the baby?
Hi.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Oh, I have to get right back. Joe has a terrible temper. You don't know him.
Oh, I'm sure he's under a lot of strain.
You don't know the half of it.
Well, Mary, can you tell us what happened?
Well, it was like this. One night, I simply got the spirit in the dark, and the next thing I know, I'm pregnante. My boyfriend, Joe, he freaks, because it ain't his kid, and he wants to give me the shove. But I warn him, my baby might be the Lord, and you better be nice to me, because you don't mess with the Mother of God. So he sticks. But my family and friends, they disown me, because I'm pregnante and not married. So Joe and me, we have to move to a different town. So we travel night and day trying to find a place, Joe muttering obscenities all the way. And when I'm too tired to go on, do you think anyone would give us a place? No! We're Jewish, don't forget. So finally, we wind up in a pigsty, a real barn. And that's where my baby was born, in a hole, that dump over there.
Of the living dead. Then there was Dawn of the Dead. Now, American Irrational Pictures presents the most horrifying experience in film history. Afternoon of the Alive. Strange living creatures who thirst for one thing, and one thing only. The milk of cows. Milk curdling, said the New York Times. I cream, said Rex Reed. Breezy, sleazy, and cheesy, raved Judith Christ. And Gene Shalit called it an utter masterpiece. See Afternoon of the Alive, now at a dairy near you.
If your father was out there watching, I want you to look into the camera and what would you say to your father?
You and my father, you should have looked out for me. I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender instead of a bum, which is what I am, let's face it.
Well, how did you feel when your father came there and refused to adopt you?
I remember the night he came to the hospital. He said, "Kid, this isn't your night. Not my night. We're going for the price on little Susie. Not my night. I could have torn little Susie apart."
Well, what did he say to you? Did he say anything to you?
He said, "I'm glad what I've done to you. I'm glad."
Boy, how did you feel about that?
I said, "Ha! Ha, ha, ha."
Well, this is really a frightening story. Little Susie, of course, had the benefits of being Marlon's daughter, but what has your life been for these many years?
The horror. The horror.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, another true life show business story. Thank you very much for coming here tonight, Marla. I know this was a hard thing for you to do, and I just want to thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Marlo Brando.
You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. I remember all that you said. Told me you were too plebeian, told me you were through me down. You said you loved me, ha ha ha.
Now, Joe starts to drink, and the baby's always crying because the straw sticks him, and the animals smell and stuff. And there are these angels with candles all over the place, and I'm scared shitless in case they start a fire or something. But I can't keep them out because there ain't no lock on the door. In fact, there ain't even a door. And these weirdos keep traipsing through to see the freaks in the pigsty with the baby. And these 3 guys dressed up for a drag ball bring rhinestones and incense. And that, mixed with the cows and the sheep doing number 2s all over the floor. Well, it's all becoming very heavy. And those darn angels keep the place lit night and day so you can't get a moment's rest. And the minute you happen to doze off, they scream hallelujah, hallelujah all over the place. And I'm so close to having a nervous breakdown that I'm starting to hallucinate. And what with the caroling and the visiting and the fire and the smell, it's all too much. It's just too much. And if I had it to do all over again, well, I don't know. I just don't know.